Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting episode of HD City Spotlight, your one stop destination for lifestyle. I'm Niharika Sharma, and today we are going to talk about an interesting fruit. This fruit is very phenomenal. This fruit, it helps you in building up your heart health. It helps you in reducing weight, and most importantly, it helps to boost immunity, which is the need of the hour, keeping the pandemic in mind. Well, no points for guessing. The fruit is pear, and today is World Pear Day. Undoubtedly, pear is one of the tastiest fruits, but its availability in India is for a very short period of time, which goes by in a blink of an eye. However, with the arrival of USA Pears, you won't have to yearn for too long to enjoy the sweetness of this fruit. Though we know a lot about this fruit, yet to know more about the amazing facts about this fruit, we have some amazing panelists with us today on HTCT Spotlight. First of all, I would like to introduce you to Kinita Kadakia Patel. She is the founder of Meal Pyramids, which is a fitness and nutrition-based consultancy in Mumbai. She is an award-winning sports nutritionist who works with leading schools, organizations, and sports teams, including Mumbai Indians, the IPL team, National Cricket Academy, etc. Also, she has been a member of Commonwealth Games Food Planning Committee 2010. Besides being a practicing sports nutritionist, Kinita is also an author, a lecturer, a columnist, and a mother. Welcome, Kinita. Kinita, we can't hear you. I guess your mic is on mute. Please check.
Sorry. Great platform. I'm really excited. Thank you for the introduction, and would love to share some tips and lots more nutritious information about pears. And I hope it's going to be helpful and enlightening to all the viewers who are going to be hearing us today.
Definitely. We are so honored to have you with us.
Thank you.
Also, we are delighted to be joined by Chef Nishant Choubey. He was voted as Chef of the Year by Elite magazine in 2018. He's currently consulting with Michelin-plated restaurants and is hosting a TV show. You will be amazed to know that in 2016, he curated a vegetarian restaurant in Bangalore, which bagged the Best Newcomer Award. He has also curated various prop-ups across the world, and his mantra is never say no. Welcome, Chef.
Thank you very much, Niharika, for your kind introduction. And I'm quite happy and very excited to share my knowledge in terms of recipes. And of course, great to see Kirita there. So I think this will be an enriching session, and hopefully we should be able to answer all the queries that the guests will be asking to us. So thank you for your for
It's
being
a
there.
pleasure, Chef. It's a pleasure. And last but not least, we have with us Sumit Saran. He is India representative of USA Pears. He is the director of SS Association, an international food marketing consulting firm based in Delhi, NCR. Sumit has been credited with launching and marketing many international food items in India, and his firm represents many global foods, including USA Pears. Welcome, Sumit.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, Sumit. So let me first begin with you only. I just want to know from you, why USA Pears? What is so special about them? We have our own pear. Why should we go for USA Pears?
Thank you, Niharika. It's a very good question. It's a question that get asked many times. Like you said, India has some beautiful pears that grow in Himachal and parts of Kashmir. But our pear season is a very small season. And here in Delhi, I know people who wait 1 year for their 2.5, 3 weeks of Babu Gosha. And USA pears perfectly complement the Indian pear season. So the Indian pear season, like you said, ends around October, and USA pears start to come in by late October. So what it really does is extends the Babu Gosha season for people who love pears. Also, I'm very happy and really excited. Today is World Pear Day. A lot of people might not know, but today is World Pear Day. And it's very important that we are talking about this fruit. Somehow or the other, I feel in our shopping baskets, and not just in general, but across the world, pears somehow tend to get missed more than some other fruits. So it's very important that we are talking about it. And I'm very glad that Kinita and Chef can join us to talk about it, because it's important, especially in the pandemic. It's very important. Why USA? This area of US in Northwest is an extremely famous region all over the world for growing very high quality fruit. So it's the same region that gives Washington apples. Pears also come from those states of Oregon and Washington, and it's blessed by beautiful water, beautiful land. And I actually have a film. If it is possible, it will be very good for your viewers. It's 3.5 minute film, but it will be very good for your viewers to see it and see it for themselves. Also see it that how the farming community around the world is same. Even in the
Sure.
US, where there is a lot of large scale farming, in the fruit business, it's still very family owned, it's still small, and each pear is still handpicked. If you can play the video, I think it will be a great one for your audience.
Definitely, definitely. We'll play the video for our viewers.
Farming is a humbling experience. There is never a time that you're not trying to improve what you're doing.
There's a lot of responsibility. A lot of people count on us and rely on us for their livelihood. There are a lot of moving parts.
The hard work of a grower is oftentimes shown in the pears that we harvest at the end of the season. To have passion and take care of the land and take care of the people, that hard work will be rewarded with a nice harvest.
We don't grow pears everywhere, so it's much more of a concentrated group of growers that are committed to growing pears here. And so that gives us a little bit more attachment to that uniqueness that we call the pear industry. They have the benefit of the geographics in this area, but it does come down to that human element. The amount of effort and the amount of dedication and the amount of willingness that each grower puts into trying to grow the best quality pear that he can grow.
The Wenatchee River Valley is a great place to grow pears. It has good soils. The nighttime temperatures during the growing season are cool. The daytime temperatures are warm, allowing the tree to grow large fruit, and lots of sunlight. And that's what grows year in and year out a high quality pear. The pear industry is still primarily family-ran operations. That's my neighbors farming with their sons or daughters, and that's what gets me up in the morning. Labor for the fruit industry is absolutely critical. Every pear on this orchard has to be picked by hand. We've always relied on family.
My favorite thing about my job is every morning is a challenge. I love the fruit industry. Like I say, I started really young and I started to learn all these things with this company. So I feel like this company is just my second home. People are been here for 30 years. They love this place, they love the environment, and we love pears.
When I slice into it, it's soft texture, it's buttery, super juicy, and really flavorful. That is a good pear. That's awesome.
You can eat them when they're crisp, and then you can let them ripen up and they get really sweet and juicy and flavorful.
I think they're one of the most refreshing fruits. I love the health feature of them.
It is really fun to be a producer of food that is consumed and enjoyed all over the world.
Pears. This is what we grow, and we're very proud of that.
Whoa, that was an impressive video.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So everyone who's watching us live, if you guys have any questions for any of the panelists, please comment them down below. We would love to answer them. And now if we talk about health, that is number one on the priority list, especially because of the pandemic. So I would like to ask a question to Kinita, that what is your mantra? How do you think we can incorporate a pear into our daily food diet? And what are the health benefits of eating a pear daily?
Okay, so firstly, that video was extremely delicious. Like, I actually feel like going out there and cutting into a pear. But having said that, maybe that snack can happen for me later. But when you talk about mantra in general, my mantra has always been don't diet, eat right. It's very important to know what you're eating, understand your body, eat the right kind of food, which is great for today in the pandemic, great for your immunity. But in general, there are a lot of clinical factors we keep in mind. We keep in mind weight related aspects when we are looking at planning any kind of a diet. And fundamentally, if you look at pear as a fruit, it kind of blends very well in every aspect. It doesn't interfere with any condition, whether clinical or whether diet related or anything. So that gives pear a lot of freedom to be added in your diet. And if you look at the generic benefits out of it, it is high on vitamin C, potassium, and also in calories, right? So you don't have to think too much when you want to add it to the diet. And if you heard in the video, it's soft, it's extremely juicy, and hence the water content of the pear is very, very satisfying. And for the kind of country India is, where more than half of the year it's extremely hot, pear is very refreshing as a fruit. So I definitely wouldn't miss pear in my shopping basket. I think it's a great addition from the flavor point of view, satiety point of view, from the immunity building point of view, because of the vitamin C, the potassium. It's a great addition. So that's where I come from, where pears are concerned.
That was also informative, and I'm definitely going to add pear to my shopping list, to my basket. But for that, I would need few suggestions from Chef Nishant. See, I can surely have a pear as a snack, but if I'm wanting to make something good out of it, something more nutritious out of it, what are your suggestions, Chef? What all we can make out of a pear? Something which is easy and can be achieved very easily.
Sure. So thank you very much. I would like to copy what Kinita said about the video that Sumit showed to all of us. It's quite delicious, and I really feel like going out and having a bite.
I guess after the session, everyone is going to have some pears.
No, I'm sure. But I would like to salute the farmers who are actually doing so much to ensure that we get the right kind of fruit, and we are extremely privileged in the similar fashion. So my heartiest congratulations to everyone for growing such an amazing fruit and giving it to us. But coming back to your question, I think it's a one-point solution. Okay, if you're looking for an appetizer, if you're looking for a dessert, it will fit everywhere. Right? If you want to do a very amazing salad, you can. In fact, you can do a raw pear salad. I mean, there's no problem by eating it raw. But you can always poach it with some in some kind of liquor or in some kind of vinegar, and then you can pull it down, and then you can slice them and put some bit of cheese and some bit of lovely green that you can find it in your neighborhood, and you can do a very amazing dressing, and you can eat it like a salad. In terms of Indian cooking, you can also do a little bit of kebab. I actually did very amazing paneer tikka. So I marinated pear in the similar fashion how you do paneer tikka or mushroom tikka, and it comes out fabulous. Not because because I'm in a pear session, that's why I'm saying that, but since it balances quite well with the tandoori flavor, and it has got correct sweetness. Okay, which gels so well with tandoori marinade that it is extremely tasty. And of course, whoever will eat will say ki aaj to pear hi ho jaye, something like that. So quite comfortably, I mean, very nice as an appetizer in whatever cuisine, I would say it fits in. As far as somebody who is dieting, or as Nita said, that there is nothing called diet. Okay, you have to eat right, so you can easily blend in and make a puree. Okay, and make a very amazing soup with some of the blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, avoid it. You can put some other cheese in that and make like a good heaping bowl of soup. I think that will be quite interesting. Then coming to dessert, I made a very amazing jalebi. Okay, it is not as curly as jalebi is, but it's a simple batter that you make it with refined flour and cornstarch, and then you fry them. Okay, again, it has got great texture. So once it is fried, it doesn't lose its texture. It is still, you can actually bite it. Niharika, next time let me cook. I think that's better, right? What do you say, Sumit? I mean,
Yes, definitely. Every one of us will enjoy it. Okay,
but
one.
jalebi in some other way, in some fashionable way. I mean, even if it's a great winter afternoon, great winter evening, you are in a brunch session, you want something different. I think this is the right fruit to work on. So as I said, it's a 1 point solution. So just go on, guys.
Okay, one more suggestion that I would need from you. We all know that kids are picky fruit eaters. So, what are your suggestions for all the mothers who want their kids to eat fruits? What is your one trick
So,
that you would give them? That this is how you
so
can feed your child with fruits and give them pears to eat.
Very amazing question, actually. I think there is something called cheat meal. I think Nita will tell us better. I think kids like to get cheated a bit, giving them health, but with tasty twist. Okay. So if you were doing some bit of, bruschetta, I think it will be amazing. Just cut a slice of thick pear and tell them this is a bread sandwich. Okay. People like sandwich, put good cheese. Okay. And let them eat like that. I think that'll be quite nice. Also, I made a very amazing three chili, just like people eat chow mein and all. Okay, so if you eat a mushroom, like a three chili mushroom, or chili mushroom or chili paneer. I think kids like chili paneer with some chow mein. Make some chili pears. It's outstanding. Believe me, why only kids? Even mothers will love it. So I think if mothers start loving, automatically kids will like it. Okay, so
Oh,
let's do some bit of cheat meal. I think that will be quite healthy, nutritious, and of course be very tasty.
it seems that cooking with pears is as interesting as having one. Okay. So now let me open the floor for question and answers. Anyone who's watching us, if they have any questions for all our panelists over here, they can just comment the questions down below. We would like to take them, though I've received some questions already. So there's a question that I guess Kinita could answer it. It is that, is there any specific group of people who shouldn't consume pear?
No, so that's what I said earlier, right? This is one fruit that is clinically safe. There is going to be no apprehension in adding a fruit. I don't have to think or calculate much if I have to add a pear in the diet. Now, if you are looking at, say, is it okay for someone who has diabetes, or is it okay for someone who has blood pressure, or is it okay if someone's trying to lose weight or gain weight? Under all these nutritional factors, pear fits fine. Like, there's literally no issue in adding pear. You have to also, it's a low calorie fruit, so it's not even that someone who's watching their weight or counting their calories, this is really not going to hamper the rest of the day.
Okay, so Anita Singhi, she wants to ask that what's the nutrition value of this fruit?
So basically, 50 grams of any fruit is around 50 calories. but pears has almost a lot of fiber. So 21% of your daily value can be met through eating pear in the day. So if you're looking at just the caloric content, then you're looking at one pear giving you anywhere between 75 to 100 calories with a lot of fiber, vitamin C, and other things. So yeah, that's the nutrition value for pears.
Okay. So, Chef Nishant, I would also like to ask
Yeah.
you that there are fruits like pear, when we cut them, they tend to brown, they tend to become brown. So, is there a pro tip that you have how we can avoid it or prevent it?
I think I would advise that first and foremost, you don't cut fruit and keep it in the fridge and then eat it later. Whenever you require it, you should actually cut it. But if if it is getting delayed, then you put a little bit of lime or a little bit of acid. I think that will ensure that the fruit doesn't oxidize. Ideally, I would say if you're at home, just eat eat, don't cut, just bite it and eat it by your hand. There's a way to check how your pear is ripe. Okay. So it's called check the skin. People normally what they do is they punch in from the side and they see whether the pear is ripe or not. But you have to punch in from the top, and if it presses a little bit, that means the pear is ripe and is ready to use. So I think this is you must check in whether the pear is ripe or not, and then you should use it. Yeah.
I
Actually,
guess
chef, I
Sumit is here with us.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually, chef, I have
So
a
with
pair.
yeah.
Since you said this, I'll actually can show it with a pair. So a lot of
Yes.
time, what people will do is check for the ripeness of the pear here. And because pears are a fruit that ripens from inside out, a lot of times you will not be able to know if it is ready to eat or not. So the best way that we say is check the neck, which means you press with your thumb at the base of the stem. And if the pear yields, अगर ये थोड़ा सा दब गया, that means that's the right time, and that pear will give you the maximum flavor. Uh, it's one of those fruit that can be had crisp, but the real flavor of varieties like our own Babu Gosha is when it just the ripeness. I actually know people in Delhi who कहते थे कि जब तक शर्ट गंदी नहीं हुई पेयर खा के तो क्या पेयर खाया. So this variety is very similar
That's
to
nice.
that. You just let it ripen a little bit, press it gently with your thumb, and if it yields, that's the right time to
On the
have it.
same note, Sumit, I would also like to put up a question. This is from Tina Jindal, and she wants to know that there are one pair which are green and the other ones are a bit yellowish. Which is better, and what is the difference between them?
No, so it's not a question of better or worse. These are different varieties. There are pears which are called Bartlett, which is again very similar to our Babu Gosha, which is slightly on the yellowish side. And then this variety is actually called an Anju, which is the most popular variety that is in the market in India from December to March. There is also a red pear.
Yeah.
So this is red Anju that is also available at any fruit vendor or any major e-commerce platform that sells fruits and vegetables. So the red Anju is also available. So it's really a question of variety. So you have red, green, and ones who are slightly yellowish.
All right. So, Kinita, one of our viewers, Swati Chaturvedi, she's willing to ask you that we all know that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So, does pear constitute, if not for the same, that something of the similar sorts? What are the health
Absolutely.
properties?
Absolutely. I'm happy to change the tagline to a pair a day, keeps the doctor away. But see, also apples are a lot of varieties. Apples can be very, very big in size, which again, calorifically can completely toss up the entire calculation. When you look at pear, they are very much similar, and you don't kind of exceed your caloric intake in the day by adding one pear in the diet. Now, if I have to look at the major health benefits of pear, one of the major health benefits is also that it's extremely alkaline. Okay, so we have acidic foods, alkaline foods, and pear comes somewhere between 8.5 and 9.5 alkaline range. Now, with a lot of people who have issue, which is gastric issues, reflux issues, digestive issues, feel acidic on certain kind of foods in general, and prefer just popping pills or having glass of cold milk and things like that, adding a pear in the day can really neutralize a lot of the acids in your system. So this is one of the, I would consider this as a peak benefit of pear, as being alkaline in nature. And then if you look at clinical conditions, pear is extremely appealing because it's low in glycemic index, a concept that is widely and vastly used for diabetics or even for weight loss, where we are always trying to find foods that don't spike your insulin levels. So as a fruit, having a low glycemic index can be a great thumbs up, because it doesn't like affect your sugar levels. A diabetic can safely cut into it if consumed at the right time of the day, and that also is a great benefit of pear.
So can one have it in the morning if someone is willing to have a pear in the morning, empty stomach, and wants to start the day with having a pear?
See, that gets extremely individualistic as what time of the day I want to put that. If I have to just generic say, yes, can you add a pear in the day? Yes, you can add it in the day. But say, for an athlete, I would probably put it as a post-workout snack. For someone who is doing an intermittent fasting, I would put it as an evening snack. For someone who starts the day very early and feels acidic first thing in the morning, I would tell them to, bite into a pear. So can you eat it anytime in the day? Yes. Do you have to eat it in the morning? No. But do you want to add it in the morning? Feel free. Absolutely.
Okay, so we have another question. This is from Ginny Gogyachuk, and she says pears has many benefits. She's, I guess, watching her spotlight session from the very beginning, and she wants to know: are there any specific skin and hair benefits of having pear?
Immunity wise, vitamin C wise, and fiber, these are the three major things. And fruits are very high on vitamins, and specifically pear with vitamin C. And if you don't know, then I would love to let you know that vitamin C is what forms the collagen in your skin. So vitamin C is required as that catalyst which holds and synthesizes the collagen which is required for your hair and your skin. So having something that is rich in vitamin C, there is just no doubt that pear is going to be helpful for hair and skin.
All right. So all the people who are watching us, we have received many questions. If you have more questions, you can comment them below. We would love to take them. It is a nice session. And on that note, Chef, I would like to ask you, if you are given a choice to make a smoothie out of pear, what will be your quick recipe? Like 4 or 5 ingredients, and we can just make a smoothie out of a pear. Something very
So
simple,
what
very
I'm
delicious.
so what I'm gonna do is I'll definitely use a little bit of milk, okay, and then I'm gonna use a little bit of cream. Excuse me for the fattiness, but this is how it is. A little bit of fat here and there is all right, okay. But a little bit of milk, little bit of cream, and then pear, make a puree. And I'm gonna add a little seed as well. I might add chia seed or flaxseed or sunflower seed in that, and then I'm gonna give it a quick shake. And I might add little bit of basil as well. I think little bit of basil and pear would be a very good combination. And I don't mind putting little bit of hot chocolate once, because it will be nice and thick. So I'll put a little bit of hot chocolate. So kids, come on, this is for you.
That's great, Chef. We are receiving so many questions, and many people want to know the benefits of having a pear for having a good skin. How can we achieve a good skin by eating pears? So,
Everyone
apart
wants
from
that.
nutritional benefit, people are also willing to know how it can complement the way we look, the way our skin feels.
So I guess they all need to start adding pear, because with the vitamin C rich fruit that is, with loads of antioxidants in it, I see no reason why it shouldn't be added in their diet.
Definitely. So everyone who's watching us and is willing to get beautiful plump skin, add a pear to your diet. Okay, then let's come to Sumit. Sumit, you are very closely working with USA Pears. How has been your experience? You have been with them for a very long time, and you have shared this beautiful video with us where we saw how they are harvested and how they are grown, they are handpicked. So just let us know about your experience.
No, it's been very, very good. We as a consulting firm, we market and promote international foods in India. We don't trade ourselves, so we don't buy or sell. Our role is to create more consumer awareness through especially working with experts like Kinita and Chef and panelists who are authoritative voices in India and get Indian consumers to open up to what the world has to offer. There is a lot of passion and there is a lot of how do I say? There is a lot of people looking at India as a market, and they are working very hard to make sure that at no point of time does any of these imported fruits or products that we market impact the Indian farmer or Indian produce. All of these, like pears, are complementary, and what it does is really expand the window of consumption for Indian consumers. Like you were saying about keeping a doctor away. अब डॉक्टर को सिर्फ सितंबर अक्टूबर में तो अवे नहीं रखिएगा. So what about the rest of the year? So we're very happy and very proud. Sure.
Okay. So Sumit, if there are three major differences that you need to tell our viewers, that these are the main 3 points on which USA Pear is better than the other varieties available in the market. So what are those 3 things? The best 3 things that you feel?
No, I mean, since we market fruit, we don't compare. We don't go get into USA pear is better or worse than any other pear. I think all farmers and what they are producing with a lot of labor, and we need to appreciate it. Except that in USA, what happens is it's perfectly complementary to the Indian season. So what we are, and that's where we are, is that now don't let your pear season end in October. With USA pears in the market, you can extend it to March.
We can have it. All right.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So I'm still waiting for some more interesting questions from our viewers. Okay. So I guess, Kinita, this is again for you. So people want to know that you said that if you have to suggest a pear to an athlete, you would ask them to have it after a workout session. So can it be eaten before a workout session?
Yeah, pre or post, but typically pear as a single fruit, complete. It's easier to carry, easier to pack with you. It's a very convenient fruit. So as a post-workout snack, when you are at the field or on the ground or at the track, it's just easy to keep it in your bag, and it has the right amount of carbohydrate that is perfect for a post-workout snack with a right amount of protein. So from the sake of convenience, it's amazing to take it post-workout. But well, definitely, it can also be given as a pre-workout snack. It's just that the requirement of carbohydrate for a pre-workout snack is slightly higher. So I might need to do 2 pears or pears with something.
Okay, on that note, Chef, I have a question from Shara for you. And she asks that can one pair pears with yogurt and granola for the breakfast?
Yes, absolutely. I think this is a very, very good combination. If you actually, use yogurt and mix some pear in that. And I think ideally what I would say that if you can cook pear in certain kind of poaching liquor, or probably silver foil it and just roast it or bake it at 180 degrees for say 10 to 15 minutes, it tends to get a little softer, and then you can just cut them into chop them and then put them in yogurt and put a little bit of jaggery and nuts and all, and you can do a very, very amazing breakfast cereal. So that can be done, and I think this is a very, very good combo. In fact, a little bit of coconut milk also in that will add wonders.
Okay. So a viewer has another question, and they need to know that they have read it somewhere, and they want to know that how do pear help in keeping the lips healthy and hydrated? I guess Kinita would be the right person to answer that. Your mute, Kinita, is paused. Please check.
The question says specifically lips, how to keep the lips hydrated. Is that right? Okay, that's interesting.
Yes, I
I
believe
wish
due to it's
ask her to share the link of where she's read this. But if I had to just, uh, if I had to just explain it as simply as I can, pear is very juicy. If you saw in the
yes.
beginning the fundamental, that beautiful video of all the aspects of pears, and when you cut into a pear, the water content in pear is very high, and maybe that's what gives your lip that pout and gives your lip that juiciness that it needs. So this is my absolute understanding of the fruit and an assumption that's what helps keep the pears
It
hydrated. Your
also
lip.
helps. In fact, I was also reading, so it was written that it also helps in preventing premature aging.
Exactly. The reason why I was explaining the collagen, the skin, hair,
Yes.
everything, because vitamin C is what is the key to your collagen formation. Collagen is basically the links in the entire body that keeps your muscles, your skin, your hair, your nails, everything intact. And pear is high on this vitamin C. So it acts as a great catalyst to keep these links together and hence making it anti aging.
All right. Okay, chef, it will be great if you could let our viewers know that what are the benefits of peel of the pear. If somebody wants to just peel, we are getting some crazy questions, but people want to know what are the benefits of having peel pear and how can we incorporate it in our diet. Maybe if we can
I
make
think
something
I
interesting
would
out of it.
ideally advise don't peel it. Okay, just eat it with skin because skin has got a lot of nutritional value.
I
So
agree. Yes,
I don't
absolutely.
think you should peel it. But if
Yeah.
by default you are peeling it, you can dry them and you can make a powder. You can do a amazing garam masala. I've not tried it, believe me, but it just came because you asked me the question. I'm gonna track that and let you know how it is coming. But believe me, that sweetness, a little bit of sweetness will gel very good with the spiciness of the garam masala. I think this will work quite well, and you store it well in a dry jar so that it doesn't spoil, and maybe you can brand it
Wow.
and
So
make more money. What do
people
you think?
want to people want to eat the powder both for the health benefits and for the beauty benefits because they also want to know is it good for skin.
Absolutely. I have a very good recipe for a curry that I would definitely like to tell all my viewers who are there, and people who are Jain or looking for certain no flour or no ginger, no garlic. I think I have an amazing recipe that I would like to share if you allow me. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to cut pear in chunky shape. Okay, don't chop them. And then what you do is you roast coriander seed and a little bit of dry chili, grind it in a blender with a little bit of water. And in the meantime, what you do is you marinate pears with a little bit of turmeric powder. The turmeric is very very essential in our lifetime actually, because this is anti-inflammatory and this has great insight in terms of our positive health. So you marinate pear with a little bit of turmeric, some salt, of course, and coconut oil. Okay. So the pear is marinated and the masala is ready. What you have to do is you have to take a pan, add a little bit of coconut oil, some curry leaf, mustard, dry mustard, black mustard, and then a little bit of hing, and then just cook it a bit so that you start smelling amazing uh, aroma of hing, and then you add pear in that, and you add the masala which is already broiled and paste, and we have already created a paste out of that. Let them let them mix together well. Then you add a lot of coconut cream inside that or coconut milk. uh, Cook it, and then you have to add a little bit of jaggery. Okay. So it will become very nice, spicy, sweet, sour kind of curry. And then what the best part about this curry is you can actually cool it down and store it in the fridge, and curry always tastes better the next day. So it's an amazing thing to store and keep it. And since pear has got right sweetness, right texture, it will adhere to it and it will not become mushy.
That was great. Thank you, Chef. We will love to try this. And I would
Sure.
love to ask a question to Sumit. We all know that today is World Peer Day, especially after watching this HT Spotlight session. So I would like to know it from you that what is the essence and the significance of World Peer Day?
It's exactly same what I said earlier in the sense this World Pear Day is being celebrated in 50 plus countries, and We as India representatives are very glad that we could hold this session, and I thank Hindustan Times and you and your team for hosting us. I'm very thankful to Kinita and Chef to be doing this. The idea is simple. It's a fruit that people need to know more about. It's a fruit that people need to talk more about, and it's a fruit that people need to consume more because it's healthy. It's very adaptable. It's very palatable, and most importantly, it's very yummy. So that's it's a task that we are taking across the world, and representatives like me across the world are doing this today. So thank you so much.
It is great. It is great. Kinita, I have received a question where people want to know that how is pear helpful for our gut? It has high water content, as you've already told us,
Yeah.
but they want to know it from you, how it is good for our gut and how it is beneficial for our digestive system and everything.
Yeah. So two things about pear. One, again, very high on fiber. Like I said, a pear can give you almost 21% of daily value for your fiber intake, and that I think is a great way to include it in your diet from the rest of the other vegetables and stuff that we eat. So fiber, also the kind of fiber, there is soluble and insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber usually is a little bit more difficult to digest, but pear is a good combination of that, and that's why it's easier on the gut when you're digesting a pear as well. And the second thing, other than the fiber, is the alkaline part of it that I was talking about. It's very soothing for the gut. The alkaline aspect does not affect the entire acid base effect of the body. And when you combine these two things, like sometimes very high fiber can also disturb the gut. And when your diet is very low on fiber, you might have some gastric issues. But adding something like a pear, which has this combination of more soluble, less insoluble, is just very, very easy for the gut to digest. So it can help you a lot with the entire gut digestion, along with it being alkaline.
Thank you, Kinita. So, any more questions if you guys have? We are almost about to end this session. So, anyone who has a question, all the viewers, if you're watching us live, please let us know about your questions. Comment down below. We would love to take them up. We have some amazing panelists with us. So, you can definitely ask your questions to us. This is like one-time opportunity for everyone who's watching us. We have Nishant, we have Kinita, we have Sumit with us. So I'm also looking at all the questions. We are getting many questions, but most of them are very repetitive. People are again and again asking us about the health benefits that we've already discussed. So if you have some different questions, please bring them up before we close this session. Okay. So, Kinita, I'm still waiting for the question, but till then, I want to ask you that we have talked about the health benefit, the beauty benefit, and it's good for weight loss also. But if someone who loves pear and wants to include it in his or her diet while they are willing to gain weight, so with what all things they should pair the pear so that they can gain weight?
Ah, nice. Gaining weight is also a struggle for many and extremely difficult. And I would take up a lot of the recipes that Chef just mentioned, especially the high fat smoothie that he spoke about, and adding the pear with the chia seeds and the full fat milk with the full fat cream and the full fat stuff in it. I think that would be a great addition for someone who wants to gain weight with a scoop of protein in it, and getting lots of nuts and dry fruits blended with pear. I think it will make a great smoothie. I'm sure the chef can highlight a bit if you can even land up making a pear ice cream out of it, which can be a little high calorie, which I think will be again a great addition for someone who wants to gain weight.
Yeah, pear kulfi, I think kulfi would be
pear
just
kulfi.
amazing.
Wow, that sounds amazing, right? It's
Pear
nice.
kulfi or an ice lolly.
Yeah.
I think Sarah was asking about ice lolly. It can be made into a very, very amazing healthy lollies. Okay.
Right.
Again, cheat kind of thing. Okay. The kids would be amazingly happy about
So
it.
we have to keep a check on Chef Nishant's Instagram page to know what all he's cooking with the pear.
I'm gonna pair myself. I'm gonna pair myself with pear now. I'm telling
That's a great idea. So thank you guys. That was an insightful session with you all. I'm sure that everyone who was watching us live, watching this HT Spotlight session with us, must have learned something new about pears today. A special
There's one
thanks
more
to
question. Yeah, there's one more question. I think Akshay is asking a question. Let me
all
answer
right.
that. Let me wrap it then. Okay.
Okay, you can take that question.
I think he's
Okay,
asking for a pear
it's
pickle
a pear
recipe. Nice,
pickle.
nice.
Okay, that's something
Very nice.
interesting.
Very nice. So, Akshay, the similar fashion how we make mango pickle. Okay, you can do panchforan masala in that. Okay, and take fresh mustard oil. Okay, first press would be interesting actually, and then you can do this panchforan and achari masala, and then cook all of them together. In the meantime, what you do is you take pears, skin on, keep skin on, please, everyone, and then puts a little bit of turmeric powder, dry it a bit, and then you add it in this oil, which is having panchforan and achari masala and all, and then preserve it in an airtight jar, and then yeah, how interesting that will be. I'm coming to your house to try that, by the way.
Chef, what do you think? What will be the shelf life of this pickle?
I think if it is handled well, it can be stored for a month. I mean, there's no problem. I think achar or curry, the more you preserve, the better it is. It's a
Yeah.
similar thing how you make preserve. I think Christmas, we are into Christmas and New Year. I think with non-vegetarian people who like it, I mean, they can pair pair the pears with their non-vegetarian or a ham leg of pork or a meat. It will go very very good with that also. So you make a marmalade, you make a jam. I think this is a great way to preserve. Even kombucha, the pear kombucha would be very very interesting.
USA
Okay,
Pears
that
India
was
has a Instagram page, and
yes.
I'll encourage your audiences to follow that, and that also has a lot of recipes up there.
Yeah.
We're going to also now feature very very soon recipes from Chef here on there, so you will be able to you will
All
be able to
right.
get and download
So
all of
anyone
them.
who wants new
It's my
recipes
pleasure.
related
Newer
to
recipes.
pear,
When I was
so
talking about
anyone
achar, I saw Kinita is smiling about it. So I said, okay, that is,
I'm coming to try that tandoori pear.
I
I'm
mean,
so
that
coming to
believe
have
me, we
that
will leave
preparation.
paneer tikka. People will leave paneer tikka and they'll
Oh,
go
I
to
have no
pear
doubt
tikka.
about it.
Take my word. Take my word.
okay, that was amazing. So we are going to try all these amazing recipes and
Please.
do check out the Instagram page of USA Peers. I want to extend a thankful note to them for sharing all these great information, guys. And if you now want to have a pair during an off season, now you know that USA Pear is available. You can reach out to them. You can order some amazing pairs. Thank you, Sumit, for sharing such valuable information with us. I would also like to thank Kinita for letting our viewers
Thank
know
you.
the beauty and the health benefits of having pear. And
Thank you.
Chef, I'm sure all your tips are especially going to help mommies because now they can make their kids eat the fruits without any fuss because we know it's a task, it's a challenge to feed kids
Yeah.
all those amazing fruits which are good for their health, but they're just not ready to have them. So thank you all. That was it for this session. Have a great
Thank
day
you.
ahead.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Neha. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you.